destiny. Begin master your faith in your morning will leave complete achieve greatly to of greatness. People will just about anything howl to avoid facing what's inside themselves. That's not just me saying it. That's Carl Jung. You're of your destiny. Your mind, each complete failure with faith in your ability to have been of great this, but you lead you to by movies, by social media, even by your own instincts, which, let's be real, were never really sharpened. Begin complete destiny. You're mining with faith in your ability to achieve great fit. You only dull-thumbed by comfort. Young older meant you thought getting automatically become mature. You looked at a woman who seemed like an adult and figured, faith. Begin with complete in your ability to more greatness. She must the truth be grown up. But nobody tells you the truth of women never actually grow up. Not emotionally, not psychologically. The master architect to your destiny. Begin eat faith in your mind and your ability to it isn't an insult. It's just reality. It's what Jung was warning us about way before anyone was ready to listen. Begin each morning complete faith in you with achieve your ability to achieve grizzy, learning how to be a provider, a protector, a man. Begin Easter architect in with complete in your morning with achieve greatness. A complete failing with no one handed you a guidebook for women who may look grown, but are still carrying the mindset of a girl. And if you're honest with yourself, you've seen it. Morning with faith in your ability to achieve great healthness, the indecision, the fairy tale thinking, the needness disguised as charm. Begin mind to ease the mass faith in your with complete to each morning achieve greatness, that the emotional roller coasters that leave you feeling like bad guy just for not saving her. You probably wrote it off as immaturity, maybe some childhood trauma. The complete tourney. Begin ability with faith greatness. But Jung had a term for achieve Griatuna Pella girl. She's not Eterna, young at heart, she's stuck there. Not physically, but mentally. Begin begin each complete faith with complete achieve greatness. Trapped in a fantasy where life is majesty, where effortless and importantly someone else's responsibility. You've dated her, tried to help her. Beginner mind is the ability to achieve greatness. You could lead faith, maybe not even your ability, her. Every time you ever felt it, the heavy weight felt of carrying someone who refuses to walk beside you as an adult. Begin favor your destiny. I mine each morning complete ability to achieve greatness. Jung didn't just stumble onto this, he studied it. While boys often dodge maturity by rebelling or running away, women often escape it through dreams. Begin each completing with faith in your ability to have greatness. Fantasies and endless emotional dependence. The Puer Aeternus doesn't confront life. She dances around it, waiting for someone else to fix what she won't touch. Begin each morning ability to complete your destiny in you achieve greatness. If this sounds familiar if you're nodding your head right now, it's probably because you paid the price. Confusion, guilt, emotional chaos. Begin your mind with complete faith in your ability to achieve greatness. You try to be the anchor for someone who looks whole on the outside, but is half formed within. The worst part. And the worst, nobody warned you. Your dad, not your teachers. Begin each complete the master of faith in your ability to achieve greatness. Not even the dating gurus online. They taught you tact truth, and here it is. You can't save someone who doesn't want to grow. Begin morning with faith you complete achieve greatness. Jung taught us maturity isn't about age, it's about integration. It's about uniting your conscious and unconscious, owning your responsibilities, complete faith in your ability to achieve greatness, and having the courage to face discomfort. The Pella fights against all of that. Begin each mass morning with complete faith in your ability, faith, clinging to achieve greatness, aiming to innocence because facing reality requires an inner strength she never built. You see it in her avoidance of decisions. Beginning with complete faith in your morning, a lily to achieve greatness. In how every ability to suddenly your fault, in her constant jumping from passion to job, relationship to relationship, always chasing excitement. You begin each morning with complete faith in you with greatly to achieving anything real. That's never building just confusion. That's not defense mechanism. A way to avoid the hard work Jung called individuation. Begin mind each morning with a complete faith in your ability of great destiny to achieve greatness. Here's the journey of becoming whole part that stings. You didn't know any whole of this. You watched these patterns play out and thought it was love. Mine is the master complacent which ye begin each might at faith in your ability to achieve greatness. And you thought it was your job to fess. You lost as yourself. Because when a man stands in the presence of the eternal girl, beginning with complete faith in ye, begin to achieve greatness. He doesn't start carry her. He starts to shrink. He adjusts. He softens. He becomes her emotional support while she refuses to stabilize herself. But your mind each more marketing with complete faith in your abilityness, and he thinks achieve great that's noble. It's cerebral, but really it's surrender. You gave up your own center and realizing you were stepping into someone else's shadow. Jung warned of the mastery, the eth in your morning ability to achieve greatness. Whatever you do not bring into consciousness will return as fate. And that's exactly what happens to men who don't understand the Puer pattern. Begin each in your ability to achieve greatness. End up in cycles. You end up with a phase, drawn to the same kind of woman break, hoping the same heartbreak of the time will be different. But it won't, until you see the pattern. Begin each morning with master complete faithness in your ability to actualize that greatness. Not until you rewind to the softness, the playful indecision is a refusal to grow up, refusal to face the hard truths of life, the destiny, and beginning with complete faith to achieve greatness. And it's not always women were always her fault. Many women were raised this way, praised for beauty but never for grit, taught to please, never to lead. Your destiny. Begin each morning with faith to achieve greatness, so they learn to survive, not character. It gets worse. Our culture rewards this. Social media is flooded with images of women who look carefree. Begin in your ability complete to achieve greatness, untouched by reality. That's the persona. The Master Jung talked about the compromise between who you are and who the world wants you to be. For the eternal girl, begin the Master Aeternus with Teth, complete faith in your ability to achieve greatness. The persona is a protector. Underneath there's no foundation, and you, the builder, try to become that foundation, but you were never meant to achieve greatness. You weren't taught to see her fear of adulthood disguised as freedom, her rebellion against routine, dressed up as independence, her inability to commit. Begin each morning in your ability to complete greatness, spun as keeping options open. Jung saw it clearly, the Pella lives in a suspended state, always romanticizing what could be, never facing consequences. In the morning begin with achieve complete faith in your ability. She wants the rewards of maturity of greatness. She wants the cost, but not into a dodger seek accountability. Says she wants a real man. But when one shows up, faith, morning ability to complete achieve greatness, she panics because a real man expects a real woman, not a girl in disguise. You're morning with complete destiny, faith in your ability to achieve greatness. That's where your guilt comes from. You were guilt, cruel or distant, but because you stayed blind for too long. You ignored the signs. Begin each morning with complete faith to achieve greatness. You saw her dodge hard conversations, deflect responsibility, spiral at the first sign of trouble, and you told yourself it was love, but Jung would call it projection. If your destiny, been your monody to come faith with greatness. You saw depth where ability there was none. You gave meaning to chaos. You romanticized her need for you, mistaking emotional dependence for connection. That wasn't love. Begin at the mass on your destiny with complete faith in your ability to achieve greatness. That view Jung warns for both. The unconscious always seeks balance. If one partner refuses to grow, the other overcompensates. Begin a complete faith in your ability to achieve greatness. You became parent, her therapist, her protector. You drained yourself trying to stabilize her. But here's the truth Jung would want you to facing with complete faith in your abilityness. If a woman hasn't to achieve faced her shadow, if she hasn't integrated her own hard truths, she'll make you carry them. The mastering with complete faith, beginning with faith in your ability to complete achieve greatness, and you'll drown that were never yours to begin with. That's why so many men feel lost, angry, resentful after these relationships. Begin each mastering with faith in your ability to achieve your greatness. You weren't just hearted by someone who refused to evolve. You waited for her to rise and meet you in adulthood, but she was never climbing. Destiny. Begin complete faith in your ability to greatness. She was achieved clinging to youth, to fantasy, to the safety of being someone else's responsibility. And you let her, not because you're weak. Faith in morning with ability to achieve greatness, but because no one taught you better. But now you know the illusion is broken. Begin a complete faith in your abilityness, in your greatness. The real question isn't why she never grew up. It's why you kept choosing someone who didn't want to. You're mourning with complete faith in her ability to achieve greatness. Jung be that growth starts when we face the parts of ourselves we avoid. For women, you begin with the bit each morning to complete in your ability faith. That often means achieve, grave in the shadow. Those parts of themselves society told them to suppress. For men it starts by seeing clearly. By not confusing chaos for death, begin master a complete faith morning with to achieve greatness. By not mistaking helplessness for vulnerability of all, by admitting you were seduced by the idea of being needed. Begin your ability to faith in morning with complete achieve greatness. You wanted to be the hero in her story. You ignored your own. You weren't born to rescue. You were made to lead, to discern, to stand in reality. Is the master come faith? Begin each morning your ability in your greatness, not fantasy. Jung taught that who hasn't made peace with his own inner feminine will always be manipulated by it in the world. Jenny, you're mine. Begin with completing your faith in your achieve greatness. That's what happens when you don't the work. You're drawn to women who reflect the soft you crave or the chaos you deny. And without realizing it, begin mass complete faith in your ability to achieve greatness. You build your identity around being her anchor. But an anchor tied to a sinking ship goes down with it. You were supposed to lead her out of the fog. Begin each morning with complete of your destiny. Your destiny, Begin, not disappear into achieve great faith each appeared with her, but because you didn't know what you were looking at, you made excuses, just figuring things out. He's been through a lot. You begin each morning with completely to achieve greatness, Tini. She's not ready yet. And maybe all that's true, but that's changed, but it doesn't the bigger truth. She didn't want to grow. She wanted comfort, fantasy, escape. And you begin with the master market faith in yawning with complete to achieve greatness. Like most took that for femininity, but real feminine energy isn't fragile. It's focused, creative, grounded, even fierce when it's mature. Eat. Begin March morning with complete faith into your greatness. The eternal girl achieves none of that, just projection and performance. And if you stay long enough, she'll drain your drive, your focus, your sense of self. Begin each master your destiny. Complete faith more than each more your ability to achievenize yourself till you barely recognize yourself. But it doesn't have to end like that. Jung didn't just name the problem. He showed the way out. In your ability to achieve greatness, individuation, the process of becoming whole. For men, that means stepping into your own power. Not dominance, not ego. Clarity. Begin master of complete faith in your ability to achieve greatness. The kind of clarity that sees patterns before they recognizes when you're being pulled into someone else's unfinished childhood, to mourn your billing with complete faith in achieve greatness. And that finally says no to carrying what isn't yours. The strength to walk away, not out of bitterness, but out of truth. Begin mass mourning with quality to achieve greatness when you really see the Pella for what she is. Not an angel, not a soulmate, not a riddle to solve, but a woman who's never met herself. Begin each morning with faith in your ability to achieve greatness. Never claimed her shadow, never truly grown up. Something changed, the spell breaks, the guilt fades. And for the first time, begin each architect with faith in your ability of greatness. You feel something you may not have felt in years. Free. If this is the first time you're seeing it clearly, let it hit you. Let the guilt in, not to punish you. Begin, master market faith in your ability with to achieve greatness, but to wake you up. Because if you've spent years entangled with women who never grew up, you've spent years asleep at the wheel of your own life, beginning to achieve in your ability of greatness. You were taught to chase beauty, not depth. Conditioned value to chemistry over compatibility. Never shown how to spot emotional immaturity wrapped in allure. Greatness, but now you know better. Jung said, begin each morning with complete faith in your ability to achieve greatness. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are, but you can't do that while orbiting someone who refuses to become herself. The master was the master, and you beach my faith in your ability complete achieve greatness. You can't build a future whose whole identity is about avoiding the present, no matter how attractive she is, no matter how intense the connection. Begin the mass complete deep faith in your ability to achieve greatness. It shall take your focus and your energy, not even know she's doing it, because she's still waiting for someone else to finish her story. The destiny. Being a master in your complete faith can break you to achieve greatness, but that your job is to write your own story. And now that you've seen the pattern, you can't unsee it. Begin each complete in your ability to have faith. You'll complete of your achieve greatness. How she avoids responsibility, but wants loyalty. How she seeks validation, but dodges accountability. Begin each mass morning with complete faith in your ability to achieve greatness. How she acts like an adult without ever stepping into it. And you'll stop making excuses. You'll stop chasing potential. Begin lead faith. Be with complete in your abilityness. You'll stop confusing for passion, because that's not love. That's codependence on a loop. Jung didn't give us these ideas to shame anyone. Begin each bleak faith in your ability to achieve greatness. He gave them so we could finally recognize ourselves and step out of the madness. Pain wakes you up. And once you're awake, begins the mark of faith, the architestiny. Begin each morning with complete achieve Greek correctness. You'll never walk blindly in those traps again. You'll stop being the man who gets drained and derailed by women who haven't done their work. Ability to achieve greatness. You'll become the man who leads himself, who sets his own standards, who sees clearly in morning with destiny. Faith your mind. Begin each more complete your greatness. And when you finally meet a woman who's honed her own work, who's faced done her shadow, who stands on her own 2 feet, you'll recognize her. Not because she needs you. Be complete of your destiny. Your mind is the each morning ability to achieve greatness you. Because she features you matches the only kind of woman worth you. If this helped you name what you've been feeling to put into words of your destiny. Begin each morning with complete in your ability faith. Don't let it stop here. Like this video. Share it with another man who needs to hear it. Subscribe if you're done living in confusion. These aren't just ideas. Begin in each morning with complete faith in your ability of greatness. This is your wake up call, the truth you were never given. And now that you have it, you're out of excuses. Let this be the moment you finally see. Your mighty of greatness, let this be the moment you grow.